Well, as the life of George Floyd is remembered in Minnesota, 3 more arrests have been made in the case. Those 3 officers have been charged with aiding and abetting in George Floyd's murder. And the charges against Eric Chauvin have been upgraded from 3rd-degree to 2nd-degree murder. Joining us now to discuss the case is Bernie Kerik, former police commissioner of New York City. Bernie, are these the right charges, you think?
Well, I think they are based on what we know, but keep in mind, we don't have the evidence. We didn't see all the evidence. A grand jury probably has the investigators, the DA's investigators, State Attorney General's office. They've seen all the evidence they can get their hands on, so they would know far better than I would or anybody else. So I don't want to speculate, but based on what I've heard, what I've seen written in reports, what I've watched, I think these are pretty much close to the right charges.
Bernie, we saw yesterday that a New York City police officer was stabbed in the neck. We keep seeing this violence against police officers as they're trying to stop these riots. What's going on here?
Well, what's going on is they need new leadership in the city of New York. Mayor de Blasio is a radical left-leaning mayor. He's not supportive of the cops. He can stand up there and say he is, but the bottom line is when you tell the cops, the men and women of the NYPD, to go out and put a soft touch, a light touch on their dealings with anarchists, with arsonists, with violent, aggressive extremists, well, then I don't know how you view that other than he's not doing his job. And, he's not doing his job. The governor's not doing his job because the governor knows that the mayor hasn't taken control of the city and the governor's done nothing about it. So between the two of them, they like to criticize each other. They like to complain. But at the end of the day, it's the citizens of New York City that's still suffering, and the mayor and the governor are responsible.
You know, I worked in New York City back when Giuliani was mayor, when Bloomberg was mayor. Always felt safe in the city. Obviously, there's certain places you're not. Now, it's like no place feels safe, and certainly not with the riots going on. So what should be done right now to assume control? Should it be National Guard under the control of the governor?
Well, listen, when you were here under Giuliani, Giuliani would never allow this stuff to happen.
Right.
And if I, as police commissioner, allowed it to happen, that would probably only take one day and I'd be out of a job. At the end of the day, they should be doing now what Giuliani did during his tenure. You have to meet force with force. You have to have the resources you need to do the job. If the NYPD believes that they don't have the manpower as it stands right now, they should be requesting manpower from the governor. If the governor refuses to do it, then the president should authorize the National Guard to come in. If it was me, I'd have 10,000 cops on the streets. I'd have 10,000 National Guards. And I do what would have to be done to secure the city, because the city is suffering. The residents of the city is suffering. They've been destroyed by COVID. They've been destroyed by this mayor and his light on touch policy in dealing with these radical leftists. And at the end of the day, somebody's got to do something about it.
Bernie, a lot of departments are doing more with less. And then in LA, I just read that they slashed the budget up to $150 million from the police department. They're reinvesting it. What do you think about that?
I think it's lunacy. I think it's this, leftist, anarchist apology tour that they're all on. Here's the bottom line. The people that's going to suffer are the residents, the community leaders, the real citizens of those communities. They're going to suffer because nobody wants to live, work, visit, or go to school in a place where they're not safe. And if you defund the police, which is what all these radicals are calling for, defunding the police, you begin to do that, you're going to have a less of a police presence. You're going to have mass chaos, extreme violence, and murder.
Bernie, we've got about 30 seconds here. How do we fix this? I mean, this seems like it's going on and it's not coming to a conclusion.
You know what? I think people have to, stop the politics and listen to what the president is saying. At the end of the day, The cities that are controlled by left-leaning radical mayors and governors are the same cities that they can't control under normal circumstances. On a weekend, you have 82 people shot and 22 people dead in Chicago. That's on normal circumstances. In these times, you need aggressive leadership and management, and the president seems to be the only one looking to do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hope they can get it under control soon. Bernie, Kerik, thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.